Hey everybody, welcome to a new Fall Guys video, and today we're going to look at something that I've been considering. I think since the introduction of skill-based matchmaking this season, X-treme Show might actually be easier than the regular solo show. So I put it to the test. Okay, we're starting off here with X-treme Show. Now, every few days you get these limited time shows that Mediatonic has added to the game. Look how quickly I got grabbed off there. And X-treme Show is one of those ones. X-treme Show is much more difficult, because if you die at all in any round, you're out. That's it, you're gone. As you can see, there are people dying in the right hand side of the screen there. But me? No. Although I got grabbed at the beginning, I'm closing in on first place. That little gold chicken gives me the little edge I need there to get to the finish. I let him push down on the seesaw and did well. So it may be more difficult, but it also rewards you better. If you win an X-treme Show, you actually get 2 whole crowns instead of 1. And look how badly I messed up the Lily Leapers thing here. After getting that first gold in this X-treme Show, I thought, I wonder if I could ever get a full gold X-treme Show. Sadly, this is not the one that's going to happen on. Will there be one in the future? Who knows? But I did actually still do quite well. So we qualified the Lily Leapers round. What we're going to get in round 3? Pipe Dream X. So the addition of skill-based matchmaking has some fans, and definitely has its fair share of people who think it was a bad idea. So currently all we know about it is it exists. It has been confirmed by Mediatonic on the Discord Q&A, I believe. There are 3 tiers in the matchmaking right now. You have your absolute basic beans, the new players, who basically go against bots and other new players only. You have your middle tier. Once you qualify fairly regularly in each round, or maybe get a few wins under your belt, you go into that middle tier. And then after that, look how slow that arm is moving here. So I went down to the yellow pipe. But after that, you go into the top tier of skill-based matchmaking. And this is only in solo rounds. Here's my first final in extreme mode. What am I going to get here? Roll off. A classic and a very good level. So once you get to that highest tier of skill-based matchmaking, which again is only in solo modes, you're only against other really good players, which makes the game very, very difficult. So I wanted to see if extreme mode is now actually easier. So far, it is, because I've actually made it to a final. It can be quite difficult to make it to a final if you're in the higher tier, which I believe I'm in, because most of the time I'm against a lot of very high level other people. Lots of gold skins, you know, all that kind of thing. But anyway, we're in this final right now, on extreme, and I take the win. So I actually won in extreme mode, and I apologize for the music in this video. For some reason, all of the clips that I recorded on this was after I restarted a PC, didn't have any audio, so I've actually gone out of my way to find, as close as I can, all the matching audio to the game itself. And look, I was actually only 1 medal away from a full gold extreme round. Phenomenal. So then I went into another one. First round we got Gate Crash X. How did it go? So I changed my costume after having got a gold medal to the coach. The first one was the Blunder Dog. They are DLC costumes, and they can definitely strike a resemblance to the Squid Game characters if you use certain colours. But of course, no copyright infringement intended. Isn't that right, Mediatonic? They're just similar enough that you can have fun with them. And I really wanted to play it safe there and not die on this round. Unfortunately, that did stop me from getting first place on that first round. And then we get Treetop Tumble. Extreme mode. And it's still, so far, proving easier than solo. This extreme nonsense. Because I'm not struggling to qualify here. Obviously there is that risk of dying. And if you die, you are out. You gotta re-queue, go in for another round. But so far, doesn't seem to be too much of an issue there. And if you're fairly competent at these levels, on extreme mode it seems like you can get a lead. And in solo mode, in that higher tier of ranked matchmaking, it can be very hard. I do a little pirouette there to avoid getting knocked off the map by the frog, and we qualify first place. Which gives us then the frisbee level, the UFO level, and I'm just getting grabbed constantly. This is something you really have to watch out for in extreme mode. People will actively try and kill you, because if they can kill you at any point, knock you off the map, knock you into the slime, you're out. They don't have to deal with you anymore. I wasn't gonna let that happen. That takes us down to only 11 people, which in theory would be enough for a final, but the game gives us a slime scraper. I'm completely fine with that because you may know already, Slime Scraper is my favourite level in the game. And that's partly because it's such a difficult level, especially for newer players, that a big number of people don't actually make it through. Which means less rounds, less time, easier finals. But this seems to be an actual easier variation of Slime Scraper. There's less stuff to get stuck on in this one. And although this is still extreme mode, Slime Scraper is exactly the same, because normally if you die in it you're out anyway. But I take the first place, and we actually drop down to only 4 players here. And it gives us a Hexa ring. Now, I've not had this level since it was changed, and this really threw me off. They've actually slowed it down now, and they've made it smaller, I think, if you have less players. So I got really confused by this. And you're about to see what that means. Yeah. I think other people were confused as well, so sadly no win there, and we all died very quickly. I went into the next round, and this happened. And that means I'm out. I got sniped by some laggy player and just instantly killed. So then I decided to play on normal solo show. Let's see how much more difficult this is. In my mind it would be. But of course we have a fairly luck-based level to begin with, so it's hard to say. But as you can see, everyone knows exactly what they're doing in solo mode when you're in this skill-based matchmaking. And if I didn't get that hammer, I think I might not have qualified round 1. But next we get track attacked, so let's see how this goes. This is not the most difficult of levels, but if you fall over at the beginning, look how many people are already ahead of me. And this is a very tight-knit level, where there are beans in the way everywhere. So you really want to try and get all these speed boosts. Sadly, that's 2 mistakes so far. I'm still up top though. I'm still on the right track for getting some speed boosts until I get knocked off. I bounce off another bean. And you can see people are already qualifying here. I'm barely halfway through the level. People know exactly what they're doing. I get hit again by a hammer. That's 3 or 4 mistakes at this point, and I'm nowhere near qualifying. So I'm out in round 2 in the normal solo show. So I try again. Let's see if we can go a little bit better this time. So far it's looking like extreme mode must be easier, as I got 1 win and got to the final the second time. But maybe it'll go better this time. There's already a ton of people ahead of me. I don't think I made any mistakes. There's a weird glitch here where those balls on chains are invisible for some players and not for others. And they still hit people. But this level went quite well. Where was I? I was like 12th place there. Pretty solid for a first round. But then the game gives me tail tag. So I try and cheese it by jumping up and down on this little platform here. That can usually work quite well, but I somehow managed to jump on top of a Mogus, which launched me off. But I got a swift jump dive to grab back the tail. But as you can see, there's still over a minute left, and I quickly get my tail stolen again. Now this being a higher tier of matchmaking means everyone knows all the little tricks of the trade here. They know how to grab a tail, they know how to evade a tail capture, which makes it even more stressful than normal. Tail tag is one of my least favourite levels as it is. Stomping Ground's my absolute least favourite, but tail tag probably the second. I really dislike it. And I was messing up a lot here. I did get another jump dive, with less than 10 seconds to go. However, a little spin there was not enough to keep Godzilla from my tail. And I'm out in round 2 again. So it's really not going well for the standard solo show. But it didn't stop me. I was gonna keep queuing. Could I at least make it to our final in Solo Show? There is a reason I've stopped playing Solo Show most of the time since they added skill-based matchmaking. And even though I got to the end and got a nice little bar skip at the finish line here, I was still 8th place, which shows you just how tough this is. And look at all those beans. The collision. Okay, next round we get Seesaw. Only a 28 qualify. And if you keep an eye on that dragon there, you can see he tried to kill me. This isn't even extreme mode. He just wants to be an annoying person. So I gave him a little playful grab back and then ran away. But keep that dragon in mind, because I'm not done with him just yet. Oh no. Almost managed to get a good timing there, but in the end we do qualify this level. In 14th position, I believe. Next round we're given a survival one, and the dragon is not finished with me. He absolutely hates me for some reason. So I try and pick him off. Wait for it, he comes around again. And I take my chance to try and push him off. But he must have dived back in because it didn't kill him. But he wasn't done following me. He tried to grab kill me at least 5 more times on this level. And he almost died himself. But sadly not quite enough. So it's going better than the previous rounds. We're given a tiptoe, I take my chance to grab the dragon, and unfortunately kill myself as well. So Karma kind of messed me up there, but at least I took him down with me. So I go for another one. Big fans. This is all going nicely, until that point. Will one mistake cost me a qualifier? As you can see, I was pretty much up with the top of the pack there. So one mistake has probably enabled about 5 people to pass me. But we still qualify in 8th position. And then we're given another one of my favourite levels, Slime Climb. Yes, I do seem to just like all the most difficult levels, sorry. But we get a killer start here, straight away into 1st place. Jumping over some logs. No one ahead of me, it's all looking good. I'm feeling pretty safe on qualifying here. And I'm right, because it's a good 1st place. A 1st place in a solo show. We somehow get a simplified version of this level, even though this is, I think, still a higher tier matchmaking. Maybe it isn't. Maybe because I failed to qualify a few times, I'm in the middle tier? Who knows? But it's still definitely more difficult than Extreme. Possibly. Then we get Hoopsie Legends, where I'm starting to struggle. There's only a few more places to qualify, so I take a nice big jump for the gold ring, and we make it just in time by the looks of it. So I finally made it to a final in the solo show, and it's Blast Ball. Sadly, I get knocked pretty quickly into the slime. So I decided to go back to Extreme mode. It's just not looking like it's going to be a win in the solo mode. So I want to see if Extreme mode was just a fluke. Did I win by pure luck? Now I've included the whole level in this clip because what you're about to see is I think my fastest time in this level ever. And you have to recall, this is an Extreme mode. If I die, I'm out. So spoiler alert, I don't die, and I definitely do qualify. And my fastest time, you might be thinking. There's still someone in front of me. There is for now. How long will that happen? You're about to see. So it's already going well so far, everything's lined up. It's a pretty simple run through the level. But the cat has fallen, so I take my chance to get in. And I try timing this and get it perfect. It doesn't fling me straight into the finish line, but that's the level done. Skyline Stumble, Extreme mode, 1st place. Feels good. So what do we get next? Slime Climb again. And I tried taking one of my favourite shortcuts in the game. I mess it up. It's a very hard shortcut to pull off, actually. You have to get a pretty decent angle and then just spam jump until you get it. But I take another one, because I'm actually not doing well here. And I'm still trying to go for that all gold. Somehow, there's a bunch of people at the end, but none of them are finished. Usually the first person to the finish line will actually finish. but they actually allowed me to get first place there. Very kind. Hit the dab. Next we get the absolute hardest version of hoverboard heroes that there is in the game, as far as I'm aware. But of course it's extreme mode, so it has to be expected. We get the fan, and you'll have to wait for it. We also get the hardest ending of this level that there is. But on the plus side, if you make it through this level at all, it's a gold medal. So I'm thinking if I get through this level, even with these insanely hard obstacles, swinging things, whatever you want to call them, that's a 3 gold. I'm also thinking, not many people usually survive this level, especially at this variation. Which means if I get a final next and I win it, it could be a full gold extreme round. And that would be legendary. And then me and the cat finish at the same time. I almost bounce off the level and fail to qualify. That would have been tragic. And just as I guessed, I'm right. We're given a final. Not many people survived that last round. And there's only 4 people remaining. Well, I say 4, there were 5. Someone died instantly. So this is the second time I've played this at its slower speed. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to survive. So people are slowly dying. I'm slowly making mistakes and trying to still get used to the timing of this level. But as you can see, it's going a lot better than that earlier round that we had in the video. But no one seems to be showing any signs of weakness. Okay, 1 person is also gone. Well, that's 2 people so far eliminated. The other 2 here, pretty solid performances, I'd say. It's just me and this one other guy who was just holding grab at the beginning. Oh no, actually, sorry, now it is. I got ahead of myself there. I'm thinking that I really want to win this, because if I win it, it's full gold. I'm gonna stop at nothing. I almost throw myself off the map trying to grab this guy. And I just keep trying to grab him. I've won a few Hexa rings trying to grab people at this point, so I know what I'm doing, kind of. Try one more time here. Bounce him into the slime, and we take the victory. Which I think you'll agree proves the point that extreme mode is easier than the solo round. So there you have it. That's my official decision, with proof to back it up. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Not nearly enough of you viewers are subscribed. And I also have an Epic Games code now, which is just OctoPaul, same as my channel name. If you use that and you buy anything in the Fall Guys store, or any other Epic Games things, I get a little bit of money. Isn't that lovely? And how satisfying is that? 2 crowns, 4 gold medals, extreme mode. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.